Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, April 15th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening this week in America. Inflation surging under President Biden. The White House extends its mask mandate on public transportation. Church membership in the USA falls to a record low. The average adult can tolerate just 4 hours with family this Easter. Also ahead, update listeners sound off. But first, inflation, as you have to know, hammering all Americans. The Consumer Price Index soaring 8.5% last month compared to 1.4% during Donald Trump's final weeks in office. 8.5 now, 1.4 under Trump. The Producer Price Index also jumping a whopping 11%, and all of that will be passed on to us in the coming months. It was 3% in the last month of Trump. 3 then, 11 now. So you can see what a disaster inflation is under President Biden. Also, the Biden administration keeping the mask requirement on airplanes for another 2 weeks. The CDC recommending that to slow COVID in places like Philadelphia, LA, Portland. Cases in the USA stand at 25,000 new infections each day. That is down from 800,000 in January. CEOs of Delta, American, and United Airlines urging the White House to drop the masks before the busy summer season. The percentage of Americans belonging to a house of worship, a church or synagogue or mosque, falling below 50% for the first time ever. Pew Research finds 29% of Americans have no religious affiliation whatsoever. That is up 15 points in 2 decades. 7% of the population now describe themselves as hardcore atheist. Bring on the holiday cheer. A recent survey from one poll says 75% of Americans find it hard to spend even 4 hours with their loved ones on Easter Sunday. The typical adult taps out after 3 hours, 45 minutes, according to this one poll study. Some seek refuge in a quiet room like the basement, while a third of adults just split. They leave entirely. Biggest excuses for ditching the family? Fear of COVID and traffic. That's an amazing stat. In a moment, update listeners have their say. Right back. Supply chain issues have been a catalyst to bring high-tech manufacturing back to the USA. My tech guy, the founder of Brownstone Research, calls it the Great Recalibration and discusses it in his new newsletter, Near Future Report. For 35 years, Jeff Brown has helped his subscribers safely navigate volatile times to preserve and grow wealth. He also answers your most pressing questions like how to protect your retirement from inflation. What are the implications of a new digital currency and the Great Reset? What will the Fed do with interest rates? And what's going to happen in the stock market this year? Brownstone Research has been at the forefront of major market moves for 35 years. Let Jeff help you by signing up for his newsletter today at a 75% discount, a 12-month subscription, only $49. So please go to jeffbrowntech.com. jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com. Time now for the message of the day. Listeners sound off. We do it each Friday. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. David in Iowa. Bill, I agree with you on the causes of this outrageous inflation, but I think you are underestimating the doubling of the minimum wage also being a factor. I don't see that, David. I mean, the minimum wage has been going up. In some places, it is $15 an hour now. The feds have upped it. But come on, cost of living is up. You have to do that to keep people alive. And the amount of money, of wages being paid to Americans does not drive inflation. It's driven by printing money, which the Biden administration has done outrageously, and the attack on the fossil fuel industry. Linda in Rhode Island. In regard to inflation, my husband just came from filling up our car and ran into an old friend. They were remarking how bad things were, but then the friend said, yeah, but a hell of a lot better than the last guy. Makes no sense. The last guy, of course, Donald Trump. I don't know how you can say things are much better under Biden when the inflation rate in the last year of Trump was 1.2%. Now it's approaching 10%. So, Linda, I would just suggest that your husband's friend may be a dunderhead, but I hate to judge. Tim is in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. Bill, we know your opinion on the worst presidents, but who are the top 3 best presidents and why? Abraham Lincoln, best president ever. He had an amazing amount of challenges, including, of course, the Civil War. But the reason he's so good, or was so good, is that he overcame James Buchanan, the president in front of him, who was the absolute worst president in our history. Buchanan did nothing about the Civil War, emboldened the South, allowed them to attack certain places. Lincoln came in, and we won the Civil War. That's on him. Second best president, George Washington. In the beginning of our republic, it was chaos. The federal government didn't have any money, didn't have much authority, and Washington pulled it all together. And then when his 2 terms were up, he could have had a 3rd term, but he declined. Some wanted to make him king, but Washington respected the Constitution and walked away. And finally, the 3rd best president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He handled the Depression as well as anybody could have, and World War II. Remember, Roosevelt served 4 terms, 16 years in office, and he accomplished an awful lot. Lewis is in North Carolina. Bill, can the next president deport illegal migrants? No. That has to be done in the court system. A president can't just order that. And Joe Biden, of course, has allowed millions of undocumented people in here. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I put that together. And if you would like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com, where you can actually see me on television. And the website will really enhance your life. BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. CarShield is a good product. They make it easy and affordable to protect your car from expensive repairs. CarShield offers protection plans for around $100 a month and covers more parts than ever before. When you need a repair, you choose the mechanic, and CarShield handles the rest. CarShield also includes coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental car options, and trip reimbursement at no extra cost. CarShield has helped millions of drivers. I am a member, and you can lock in a good price now. It will never go up if you do. Be protected from the rising cost of parts and repairs. Please go to carshield.com/bill or call 800-391-8888 to save 10% on your plan and lock in your rate forever. That's carshield.com/bill or 800-391-8888 to save 10%. A deductible may apply. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 110 years ago today, the world's largest and most luxurious ship sunk to the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean. The disaster stunned the world, changed the transportation industry forever. Here is the story of the Royal Mail ship Titanic. At the time, the RMS Titanic was the biggest moving object on Earth. At 900 feet in length, its creators dubbed the vessel unsinkable. Towards the end of its maiden voyage from England to New York City, the Titanic sailed into the frigid waters off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. Around midnight on April 15, 1912, the Titanic struck an iceberg. Most of the 2,200 passengers aboard paid little attention. The boat, however, slowly filled with water before breaking in half and plunging to the bottom of the Atlantic. 1,500 people drowned. The tragedy led to a new international agreement, including a global ice patrol bulletin and lifeboat regulations on board. While the disaster made headlines around the world, the exact location of the Titanic went unknown for decades. In September 1985, a group of explorers from the USA and France ended a 73-year search for the most infamous shipwreck in human history. The discovery of the Titanic renewed a global frenzy about the ship. A series of movies, books, documentaries, and TV specials appeared. The film Titanic, from director James Cameron, was the first motion picture to earn $1 billion at the box office. And here's something else you might not know. The sinking of the Titanic was even featured in Nazi propaganda. Adolf Hitler commissioned a 1943 movie that focused on a greedy British businessman aboard the Titanic. The sinking, the Nazis said, was a result of the dastardly captain's quest to smash a speed record. The epilogue of that film states, quote, "The deaths of 1,500 people remain unatoned, forever a vile testament of Britain's endless quest for profit." Back after this. When running a business, HR issues can kill you. Wrongful termination suits, wage requirements, labor regulations, and HR manager salaries aren't cheap. They average $70,000 a year. Bambee, B-A-M-B-E-E, was created specifically for small business. For just $99 a month, you get a dedicated HR manager, craft HR policy, and maintain your compliance. With Bambee, you'll change HR from your biggest liability to a great strength. Your dedicated HR manager is available by phone, email, or real-time chat. From onboarding to terminations, they customize your policies to fit your business. So get Bambee today. $99 a month, no hidden fees, and you can cancel anytime. It's a good deal. Let Bambee help and never worry about HR compliance again. Please visit Bambee.com/Bill right now to schedule your free HR audit. That's Bambee.com/Bill, spelled BAMBEE.com/Bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.